Welcome to Mise-En-Game Live. I am your host, the man who does not know how to skip a cutscene, Tom Peeler. I'm joined tonight by the chicken tender bandit, Joe Wisniewski. And the deputy mayor of parts unknown, Mark Gilger. This is Mise-En-Game Live, and tonight we are going to crown the greatest cutscene of the 2000s with help from you. So thank you for coming out. It's a democracy here. So what is Mise-En-Game? Mise-En-Game is the YouTube show dedicated to examining some of gaming's most iconic cutscenes from a filmmaking perspective. Why would we do this with our free time? Well, as media professionals, from journalists to filmmakers, we look at cutscenes and we say, well, these are essentially movies. So are they made well? Do they follow the rules of narrative and visual storytelling to give you an engaging experience? Some do, and are awesome. Some don't, really suck. And we like parsing through all this to just take a closer look at what we get in our entertainment. Makes a good cutscene, in my opinion, the opinion of the show. A good cutscene is a visually driven segment, either in-engine or pre-rendered, that takes control away from the player in order to drive the game narrative forward with emphasis on story structure or character development that is not handled by player choice. It's about you experiencing the narrative as the designers or the directors of the games intended.
Why the 2000s?
Why the 2000s? That's a great question, Joe. Thank you for asking me that. Well, from 2000 to 2009, it's an interesting period in gaming history. 3 console generations were born, lived, and died. We saw some of the best games across some of the best consoles, from PS1 and 64, Dreamcast, all the way up to the Wii 360 and PS3. The decade showcased gaming's growing capabilities to tell deeper, more fulfilling stories, and the advances in technology allowed them to basically up the production value budget to match the spectacle and grandeur of modern Hollywood films, and the faster turnaround time allowed game developers to keep up with modern trends in other forms of media. Something that we have to just acknowledge right away is the faster development time allowed the gaming industry to keep up with the grim, gritty era that we saw in a lot of modern films, things like Batman Begins. We were a bunch of downers in the 2000s, and all of our art reflected that, and you'll see some of that here tonight. So, we pull the internet, the most reliable source of information on the planet, with no shenanigans whatsoever. And from Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook, we got a great collection of what some people consider to be the greatest cutscenes of all time. And we put those together, and we parsed through them, and we have a final 4. So what we're gonna do tonight is, we're gonna screen the final 4 candidates. We're gonna talk about them, and during each round, one member of the audience we're gonna invite up here to be the voice of the people, the second opinion, either for or against the choice. We're gonna parse it out, discourse it, and at the end, based on Applausometer, we're gonna have the best cutscene of the decade. And this handsome certificate is going to be FedExed to the developer of said cutscene, and they will accept it. Yes, and we're gonna take a nice lovely group picture so that they know who sent this creepy piece of paper to them. They're gonna love it. All right. So, with that in mind, we're gonna get things rolling. Gotta check our cheat sheet here first. But just to get the quick biases out of the way, Joe, Mark, what are your favorite games in the 2000s? What are some things that you probably had some input into this? What really inspired you during the decade?
Obviously, we had to pick a Metal Gear game for cutscenes, best cutscene for me. You play, when you think of cutscenes,
Kojima, all the way. He's the best. He's the best director accidentally working in games.
And we tried to only pick one from each franchise. We
didn't want to overload it. Yeah. Right. It was tough. What about you, John?
From the 2000s, Madden.
Yeah, cutscenes from Madden really inspired.
No, so in all seriousness, 2000s, my favorite game would probably be Gears of War 2.
Okay. Okay. Just
Hey.
nothing more.
No, I don't know. It was a lot of great cutscenes and great storytelling techniques, even if you have to look past the overly muscular group guys that would never exist in modern day.
Refrigerators carrying guns, yes, yes.
Pretty much.
Beautiful, beautiful moments in those games, though, absolutely. So, with that in mind, we want to roll a quick highlight reel where we're going to give credit where it's due to the games that did not make the Final Four, because there were a lot of great ones.
Sit, would you kindly? Stand, would you kindly?
Mary?
James. Please. Please do something for me. Go on with your life.
Hey, Maestro! Don't you think that's a little bit too dramatic? Can you give me something with a bit more of a beat?
Crystal again. Won't get me there. You forget we do space. Hot for we horse?
Alright, so our first selection, as was just noticed, is going to be from Metal Gear Solid 3 from 2005. Specifically, the final moment where Naked Snake has to assassinate his mother figure slash mentor, the boss, in order to stop a nuclear war from breaking out between the United States and the USSR. It's the culmination of Snake's journey. He's wrestling with a lot of conflict, duty versus the emotional relationship he feels with one of the few people he's ever had a deep connection with in his life.
Take this. Keep it safe. It's our only hope.
A patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it. There's only room for one boss and one Snake.
thoughts on the first selection in terms of being up there as the greatest of the decade? Thoughts that come to mind right after that?
It was a tough choice. We wanted to pick something from Metal Gear. It took us a while to figure out which one we wanted to pick.
There's too many of them, first of all.
But with overall to the franchise, how big of a moment that we felt this was, that was kind of a deciding factor. Obviously, it's a great selection.
Yeah, narratively, Big Boss is held, he looms large over the series as he's described frequently as the perfect soldier, and in this moment, it's his duty as a soldier versus the only person he's ever had a real connection with. And in choosing to follow his orders, he kind of cements his reputation, and he goes from being a normal man, normal soldier, to Big Boss. So symbolically, in terms of the narrative scope of the Metal Gear series, this moment really matters.
It was sad.
Yeah. Man tears, some folks in man tears doing that. Yeah. I really liked the cinematography throughout it as well. In the moment where they're having their last words together, there's a handheld kind of camera effect where it's like Kojima wanted to get right up and like, it's a very personal, intimate moment, so he wanted the camera to be right there on them. And once he shoots her, everything becomes stable. The shots still pan and tilt, but they're not shaky anymore. It's all centered, and it's kind of like Snake's kind of found a messed up stability in a way because he's let her go. So I thought that was interesting. Kojima's a huge movie buff, so it's no surprise he knows how to frame his shots and and go with what he's doing. Even when it's at its most bonkers, you have the very on the nose but still emotionally effective white flowers turning red effect there. He just knows how to tell a good story visually. So, I'm going to open up for second opinions. See how.
Who wants to tell us how they felt when they played the game?
Yes, we're going to open it up for second opinions. Anyone in the audience who wants to tell us that we're wrong for having this up here, come up. Also, everyone who votes tonight is going to get one random goodie from the swag bag because voting's important, but voting only really matters when you're bribed to do it. So we've got some bribes. Mark's going to handle the swag bag. So anyone interested in telling us what they think about this entry, this nominee? Yes. Yeah. Let's give her a round of applause. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, you talk right in the mic. Hey, what's your name?
Anna.
Thank you so much for coming up, Anna.
Yeah, no problem. So I've seen this a couple of times, and it's interesting that only watching this time that I noticed that there's a wind effect going on, but the wind isn't coming from anywhere. It's radiating from where Snake and Boss are. And I like the ripple effect that it's coming out, and I thought that was really interesting what Kojima did there, because basically visualizing a decision that has to be made, and how that one decision in that one moment, how it always starts off as a drop, very small, like it's one bullet, and that is going to radiate out. So I thought that was very nice symbolism.
It is. That's a very good point. Do you think it should be on this list? No? Yes, no?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah? Okay. Okay, so thank you for coming up. There we go. We've got, hold it up for everybody. Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Because this is a show about video games and films, so the prizes have to be for the finest. The finest. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
That's the last volunteer of the night right there.
Guess I got 3 free movies then. All right, so we're gonna move on. Number 2. Joe, do you want to introduce number 2? As I know you were a big fan of this choice. Do you want to talk about how we came to this choice though? Because this was a hard one with the next franchise this represents.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next video we have on our top 4 is from Warcraft 3. There we go. It is when Arthas returns from Northrend and confronts his father in Mordor. And we're going to see how things turn out, and we'll talk about it a little bit after that.
There we go.
Ah, my son.
You no longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father.
This kingdom shall fall, and from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
All right, so Joe, in terms of the scope of Warcraft's narrative, let's label this down. Why is this moment so noteworthy?
I thought this was probably the biggest, impactful cutscene in the game, because from the beginning of the game, you're introduced as Arthas as the blonde, good-looking hero that's going to save the day. And then as you get to know the character, this is the turning point that turns him from from any good that he has left into the Lich King, pretty much. I feel like it does a good, the cinematography does a really good job of hiding Arthas's face and showing him kind of above the king and kind of foreshadowing things, and shows a lot of emphasis on Frostborn and the other thing.
Yeah, the costume design, because at that point, in taking the armor and the sword, he's more or less begun to accept his destiny as the Lich King.
Yeah.
I also like that they don't go over. They could have really gone over the top with the violence of showing him killing his father, but they do it in shadows just to. I think it just kind of keeps the impact on this dude's killing his dad, and we don't have to see it. Not that I would shy away from gore. I just think in this moment it kind of helps helps sell the emotion of the moment.
Yeah, I think less is better in this scene.
Yeah.
The crown falling at the end there.
Very
symbolic.
Very common fall from grace trope. Been used in a lot of other popular media. Kind of like a much better version of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because it's not real. It's better acting. Yeah. The Warcraft series was tough. We had a lot of really iconic moments picked. The Wrathgate was put forward. The Death of Grom Hellscream. What else was it? I think there was one or two.
Well, there were ones that were picked, but they didn't fit the timeline criteria.
Okay.
In the expansion, so.
Right. Yeah.
This was one of the more popular ones too, so I didn't have any gripe with it being on the list. So.
A lot of love for Warcraft though, so we wanted to make sure it got on this list. All right, so we need a second opinion. Are we right or wrong?
Right in the front, first hand up. Lay it on us.
Good job being speedy there. How you doing?
Hey, what's your name? What's your name?
Luis.
Welcome, Luis. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Give Luis a hand.
I'm going to have to say that I disagree.
Oh, dissension. There we go.
Because even though Warcraft 3 is the most well-known one, most of the Warcraft series happens in the 90s anyway, not chronologically with the games. I would say what should probably take its place is Shadow of the Colossus, just because, like you said, with Warcraft 3, with this scene, it's very tropey. It's something you expect. It's the Anakin Skywalker, he comes and kills his father. But Shadow of the Colossus, if anyone hasn't played it, spoilers, I'm sorry, you're actually the bad guy in the end, but you didn't know it. And so it's just that gut-wrenching kind of twist. So
the horse part always bugs me a little more than the actual end. I can never get over that.
I would still take that over.
That's a never-ending story.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So the horses.
Okay, no, hey, you are entitled to your opinion because this is MAGFest democracy in action. So thanks for coming up. Hope we got let's get some swag back in. Okay, show that up for everyone.
It's Hitman the movie.
Unrated. Unrated. Oh, we did my ID names unrated. Oh man, oh well. Okay, so we're gonna break up the nominees real quick because there are some other cutscenes that we have to showcase. For every good cutscene we got this decade, we got some awful pieces of trash. And everyone likes ragging on stuff, so we're gonna take a little bit of a moment to rag on the worst cutscenes of the decade. Spoilers for terrible games.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Reggie, I want to take nappy time with you, okay?
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away.
Mama? Mama Peach? I'm your mama?
Are you a vampire hunter?
I am. If you're here, you must be one as well.
They're huge.
Will you stop? These things only get in the way.
I'm the light bringer! I'm the fucking universe!
Sonic, come back. To me. To us.
Okay, so everyone good? We're all good? We're over that?
Are we good?
Oh, we got people leaving. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We had to click Sonic 06 there. Big Sonic. Sorry. Okay, so moving on to our third nominee. The third nominee is our only Nintendo nominee, but we kind of think it deserves a place on this for being the most ambitious cinematic effort they've ever made, and we'll go into further detail why, but you'll probably get it as soon as you see it. Alright, so Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the Subspace Emissary, admittedly has a bit of a very bonkers, very confusing storyline, but what works about it when you actually sit back and take it as a whole, I think it's a really great piece of visuals first storytelling, because they don't have any of them talk, and they rely everything to be just communicated through the characters' physical interactions with one another, through very cute, very effective sight gags and physical comedy. I think it's a really, really great moment, and also in terms of just fan service, having them come all together. You see enemies and heroes putting aside their differences for the sake of the Super Smash Bros. Universe. It's a really cool, really fulfilling moment. It makes getting through all those platforming levels in Subspace Emissary worth it. I thought it was also kind of funny in rewatching this when we did it that Sakurai's Kirby characters are also the most important ones in this third act moment. They're the ones who have the key to reviving everybody. So putting his voice first, I thought that was cute. And, what did you notice when we were watching this for the first time?
Amiibos.
It's the origin of Amiibos. But, yeah, I really liked it. Is there any BoJack Horseman fans out there? There was a really great episode this season that was 90% dialogue free, and like I was saying with this, it's all about setting up really good visual storytelling. So anytime a creator can do that effectively, it's always awesome. So, anything else about Subspace Emissary?
You hit everything. They were able to have humor, emotion without speaking a single word of dialogue.
Less is more. Okay, so second opinion time. Let's get further back. I like his hat. You like his hat? Yeah, hat. And there we go.
All right, tell us your name and what you think.
Two hats, you can't do it.
What?
Thank you.
Well, what's your name?
I'm Stefan.
Very nice to meet you. How you doing?
Let's hear it for Stefan!
All right, lay it on us.
Do your worst.
Actually, I played the whole entire Brawl game, and it's been a while since I actually saw the ending cutscene. And I thought it was pretty good because I like when characters don't talk and they just do most of their action through just wacky little sound effects or just doing movements or just making gestures toward each other. So you can see okay, that's what we're supposed to look at. I did also like the fact that it was characters coming together, but first started off as the three wimpy characters that no one really cares for in Brawl. And then they are the ragtag team of people. No place with Luigi and Brawl. And then as it goes on, it's just the bad guys and the good guys, they're coming together. Especially Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. The Triforce pack, they come together and they get over the differences, they're something bigger. And then the best part was, out of nowhere, Sonic comes out and just wrecks them. It's alright, it's time for me to do something, even though I've been gone for the whole game.
It's really cool. I honestly wish, I think I have this right. Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games came out in 2008, and that was the first time Sonic was in a Nintendo game. I kind of wish they had waited because it just would have made this on a meta level so much cooler. But it's still a great moment when he shows up.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I love Sonic, so it's always a good time when he shows up.
So, yes, no, does this belong as a nominee?
Oh, it should. It's it has its own, as Nintendo does, it has its own little flavor and taste. It's not just PlayStation action or just Xbox's very gritty story. Just we're going to do a little cute thing, as Nintendo does.
Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you so much. Okay.
Here you go.
What do we got? What do we got? Show everybody.
I got Assassin's Creed Lineage.
There we go. Thanks very much. So it's funny he mentioned Xbox telling grim, dark stories, because our final nominee is a grim, dark, depressing story from the Xbox. 2009's Gears of War 2. A payoff to a storyline that was slowly built up over 2 games. It's an emotional wall-up, but it's a really noteworthy cutscene, and we're going to get into that right now.
Jack, open it up. I can't believe it, Marcus. We finally found her. Maria. Maria. Dumb. Oh no. 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 No, baby. No. What did they do to you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Maria. I tried to find you. God, I did. No, please, no. Maria. God damn it, it's me, Dominic. It's Dominic. Marcus, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man.
No. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Maria. I love you so much.
So with this election, what I enjoyed about it is just nominee, you know. So Dom's subplot of searching for his lost wife is one of the emotional driving points of the series up until that installment, and it was always really interesting that this series, which kind of deals in a lot of over-the-top macho action game tropes, would put in just storyline beats with these characters that are that deep and that harrowing. And when you get to it, you don't get the expected, oh, he saves her and it's badass and uplifting. The characters are, for the most part, all at their lowest point, and I think you put it best. It's kind of like the break. It's like a kind of a communal breaking point. That you just expand on that because we were talking about it.
Yeah, during the first two games, really the only thing Dom was looking for in that world is to find his wife first and save the world second. So I feel like after he finds her like that and has to kill her, he pretty much has nothing else to live for. And from that point on, his character completely changes, and you'll see that in the third game, where he sacrifices himself to save his buds. But I don't know. I just think it was a pretty powerful cutscene.
Yeah, when you have the most hopeful character reach his breaking point.
And the fact that when you play it for the first time, you don't know what's happening, and when you see her intact, it kind of builds it up to just kind of take everything away from him and, by extension, you playing through the game. So, I don't know, it tugs at your heartstrings. It's really well done, I think, and it shows there can be feels in the macho world of Gears of War.
There you go. Refrigerators can cry. All right. Second opinion time. Let's see. Let's try to get some love to the back.
Who's raising their
Very good. One. Who had their hands up in the back? Re-raise hands. Yes, okay. There we go.
Excuse me.
No problem. Come on up. How you doing?
What's your name?
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Let's hear it for Ryan!
Well, I do really enjoy the Gears of War 2 series. Like, it's one of the best games out there. This scene for me was a breaking point, but at the same time, I was tired of Dom up to that point anyway. So, when I finally made it there and I saw this, I kind of expected it to happen. It is the Gears of War series after all that. I never expected anything hopeful to happen. So for me, this scene, you know, it had a good impact, but it wasn't like as powerful as it could be for me. Like, I feel like there are other games that probably could have taken its place. Like, even like Midna's Lament from Nintendo series. Mass Effect has some pretty powerful scenes. And even like Fallout series, like if you want to stay on like in, like that realm of things, they had some more powerful scenes where the revelations were way more powerful, where it's like, this is really hopeless, like I can't do anything. Like, what can I do? Like, what scope can I actually have on this game? But as far as this scene, I would say no.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for sharing your opinion. Thanks so much. Thank you. And we're going to slide back over. You got one last item to get out here. One.
Wait, is that the original or Annihilation?
It's both. All right, well, the people have spoken. We've exhausted all of these submissions. So, it's down to you. We're gonna go one at a time and just be honest with you. Tell us which ones you think via enthusiasm deserve to be called the best of the 2000s. Do you think Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater's ending deserves to be the best? Okay, do you think Warcraft 3 Arthas Kills His Father deserves to be the best of the decade?
I'm a Blizzard fanboy, I'm sorry. I'm very biased.
All right, what about the Nintendo All-Star Amiibo Squad saving the world?
That wasn't.
I know. That's
Gears of War 2.
Where's my
All right, Gears of War 2 wins.
So I think you got a pretty clear winner. Hideo Kojima, Cutscene Master, made the best cutscene of the decade. So Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is your winner. Clap as if he's here.
Thank everyone for sticking with us. This is the first time we've done something like this.
Really
So we were really trying to figure out how to do something like this idea with an hour time constraint. So, I mean, right now it's like the best we can come up with, and I'm sure a lot of people disagree with what's on the list, but it all came from a pool of what people suggested. So.
Democracy doesn't work. We also want to thank the suggestions that were brought up during the show. We want to do more kind of award shows-y things like this where the audience gets to pick. So if we're going to keep those examples in mind for the next round of these that we do. So thanks very much. We want to thank you all again for coming out. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to roll the end here. We can be found on Twitter. Our handles are up here. Thanks so much to Umore and Link for the remixes. And if you want to come up and take a picture for Hideo Kojima, when we inevitably find his address and send this to him, we're going to take a nice good picture. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy MAGFest.